The Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
A's across the board, boy.
Yeah,
A's across the
baby.
board. Let's go ahead and go through it here. 𝗕𝘂𝘀𝗶𝘀𝗀 Mitchell, first round pick.
Easy.
Cooper DeJean should have been a first round pick, but they got him in the second. 𝗕𝘂𝘀𝘀𝗀𝘀, a guy that we liked at the Senior Bowl, went in the third round. So Will Shipley getting a lot of love.
Gave me PTSD.
Fourth
I heard
round.
Will Shipley's name. I didn't know whether to scream out of happiness or scream out of fear.
Ainias Smith, wide receiver out of Texas A&M in the fifth. We knew that this one was coming. They traded up and got Jeremiah Trotter Jr.
Yes.
Trevor Kenyon in the fifth round. Nasty work. Johnny Wilson fell to the sixth. And then they let Dylan McMahon fall to the sixth round as well.
They let these guys go to Stoutland University. That's insane.
There's only like a couple players that I would switch here and out, but that's just me nitpicking at this point in time. Yes. But if you wanted the thing that was so smart about this that a lot of people are not talking about.
Double dipping?
𝗕𝘂𝘀𝘀𝗀𝗀 Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. If 𝗕𝘂𝘀𝘀𝘀𝘀 ends up being everything that people think said he is, we already know how Cooper DeJean is. If he can put it all together at the next level, you might be seeing Darius Slay on the trade block in the middle of the season. And James Bradbury, we already announced that he's probably going to be gone. So these two immediately fill in.
You've been cut live on national television. Pack your fucking bags and go to the Shanghai Sharks.
I think we're going to see. I think we're going to see a trade that happens.
I don't know
if
we'll see
if they're
much
this
of a
good.
trade for Slay, because that's their leader right now. I mean, are you really expecting two rookies to be your top two corners? Halfway through the season, especially come playoff times.
If you can get more value, and these dudes are playing as good, if not better, than both him and James Bradbury were playing. I mean, I'd be willing to say bye-bye. If I can get a couple fifth-round picks for Darius Slay,
I'll take him.
And you trade him to the opposite division?
You mean conference?
Or if you trade him in division, and then knowing that A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith already got the upper hand on him. They know how he works. Like, that would be some Vladimir Putin type of stuff.
I don't see that happening.
That's only if they both pan out, though. Like I said,
so apparently 𝗕𝘂𝘀𝘀𝘀𝘀𝘀 was just rated 1 by every coach, analyst, and all that. So how we did the Cooper DeJean rewatch, we got to do that for 𝗕𝘂𝘀𝘀𝘀𝘀𝘀 apparently. But yeah,
we are once they get this library
again.
together.
Corner was such a need for this team, and I'll go ahead. The best corner for majority of what the NFL has said fell to Philly at 22. Then, and watching this back, because they did their unscripted, watching the draft room and the entire process of trading up for Cooper DeJean, of just going through all that. They knew that was their guy, and they feared that the Rams jumped them, jumped the Commanders before they traded with the Commanders. But they had that deal ready before even the Rams traded up. They were like, let's wait to see if our guy's there. Then, the Rams trade up. They're freaking out. It's Braden Fisk. They swoop in, deal with that. So right off the bat, you've got two defenders that, again, your secondary was awful, terrible. Mm-hmm. Cooper DeJean even himself came out again. Primarily, will probably play outside corner. Unknown where he'll be this year or what Fangio's packets are going to inscribe for him. But he has pretty much already stated that he's come out and played in safety, inside, outside. So he's playing wherever he's being told to. Apparently, he's looking good again. Rookie minicamp. Only so much we can go off of. But you also know Fangio is going to draw a bunch of things for him to do. 𝗕𝘂𝘀𝘀𝘀𝘀𝘀. It's hard to find film on this dude, but at the Senior Bowl, I'm pretty sure everybody's already saw the clips of just how physical he is, how he's able, just how, rough he's able to get on the line, all that stuff, clashing with pads. Will Shipley, love it.
Don't have to be
good, great. Behind Barkley, behind Gainwell. Gainwell probably will be on his way out soon, but I mean, it's just good backup, good value behind Barkley. If Barkley gets injured, you trust Shipley and Gainwell to, make up for his lost time. Where am I? Ainias Smith, especially with these new kickoff return rules, is going to be amazing for him. And again, we need a wide receiver 3.
He'll be great.
For all the Eagle fans out there, Ainias Smith would absolutely complete that screen pass on 3rd and 2 over what 𝗂𝘂𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀 did. Every Eagle fan just knew exactly what play I described.
You gave him PTSD, man.
He gave me PTSD,
I gave them a
and I
reason to
wasn't
like
even
Ainias
related
Smith.
to that.
And also PTSD.
I mean, again, everybody saw the Jeremiah Trotter Jr. going. I thought the 5th round was the perfect place for him to go. I'm not even mad that they traded up for him. I thought this was the perfect place to go. You know, our linebacking group is probably our weakest right now still. So any competition there, if it can beat out injured Nakobe Dean, I'm chill with that. Trevor Keegan, I like the depth, especially because we also got Mekhi Becton. So Trevor Keegan will probably play.
Mekhi Becton can stay healthy.
Yeah, well, that's true. But you also got to realize this is MetLife. That was MetLife Stadium we were talking about with the Jets.
It's a different animal.
I mean, we say that all the time, but let's look at MetLife Stadium. It's the turf monster will get you. And even if he doesn't, more than likely it will probably be Keegan who will just go in at right guard because that's mainly what where he was at. Johnny Wilson has already came out and stated that he is not playing tight end. So thank God for that, because that was my biggest fear. They are keeping him at a wide receiver. That's a lot of red zone packages that I am quite excited for. And then Dylan McMahon. Let's go ahead and pump the brakes. I know he was 190. Kelsey was 191. They pretty much have the same measurables. Now, Cam Jurgens is already your starting center. Calm down. But good depth.
I'm about to say, great depth. That's what it is.
Again, if it was Terry and Arnold, though, this would have automatically been an S, but that's just because me personally, Terry and Arnold was one of my favorite corners.
I don't even think it's the Terry and Arnold pick that I didn't like. Like, I think that one's understood. I think they hit on every single need of theirs. But if you really wanted to, I like 𝗕𝙂𝘀𝗀𝘀𝗀𝗀, but there maybe have been a little bit more value there if you wanted to pick up like a Chris Braswell with the 2nd pick and then maybe pick up a TJ Tampa in 𝗕𝙂𝘀𝗀𝘀𝗀's place. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that would have been an S tier draft.
Well, apparently from the looks of everything, it was like 𝗕𝙂𝘀𝘀𝗀𝘀 was actually viewed highly through a lot because Jeremiah put him in like his top 100 or whatever, which I know
this is an A+. This is an A+ draft to me. Like, they're teetering on the brink of an S. Like, I have absolutely no problems with this. I mean, an S is just.
Granted, I will say, love 𝗕𝙂𝘀𝘀𝘀𝗀𝘀. It hurt to see 𝗕𝙂𝘀𝘀𝘀𝘀𝑀 pick, and then the exact next pick was Dwayne Carter Jr. I'm just saying.
So it's like, not another one.
That hurt.
No.
Well, let's be honest here. When we give an A grading, that means we had no problem with their draft. It was fun. S tier is like, we were fine with their draft. Everything was good. And then they got something that just made them better. Like, for no reason. They didn't have to have a reason. We just knew it was there. And that's how I felt about Tampa Bay.
One thing that does need to be mentioned is throughout all this, Howie beat the record of the most trades during a draft and was able to get a 3rd, a 4th, and a 5th for next year. We did not have a 3rd, we did not have a 4th, and we only had we had a bunch of 5ths, but he's able to get us a 3rd, a 4th, and a 5th for next year as well. So he also, while building this A+ S tier, whatever you want to call it, draft, was able to also build for next year. Shout out to Burn. Howie is the Don Corleone of GMs.
Bro, that was hilarious. Y'all were I know you probably weren't. I don't know you at this time. Philly fans were calling for Howie's head for a little bit there.
We know.
Yes.
That's hilarious. And now
Howie was getting the same treatment that the 2 coordinators got last year. Except
and then they realized
they kept Howie. And they got rid of the 2 in their first year. That's crazy.
Well, they also got rid of Jalen Reagor. I mean, I can understand the anger of getting Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson. That I think everybody understood that anger. However,
but
that
then we
mistake made him better.
hindsight's
That
20
mistake made him who he is today.
But honestly, man, hindsight's 2020, man.
That's why he's the GOAT.
Hindsight's 2020.
No, I'm
Like nobody.
I'm aware. I'm just
everybody
stating in
knew
general,
that.
though.
Everybody knew that if Jamar Chase played his last year, he would have been better than Justin Jefferson.
Oh, yes. No, I agree. I am just stating in general. This was like one of the first to ever spark this, because the past few drafts were not that good. Before recent, I'm pretty sure consensus of Philly fans will say 2018 was the last good draft we had before, these recent draft years of 2020 with Devontae Smith and all of them.
Oh, facts. Dylan said Sora and I had the same feeling. One pick after the Vikings drafted Kyrie Jackson, the Falcons drafted Brandon Dorless. Burns said the way he finesses teams and for players and picks is like telling GMs during negotiations, either you sign the signature or brains are going to be on the paper.
Straight up. I mean, you're probably right. He probably has a bunch of horse heads just waiting.